Hey, welcome to Keight's Crafts. I'm Keight. Today I would like to share with you a birthday card I made using some Lawn Fawn stamps, a new to me Sizzix die, and some hot foiling. Let's get started. To start, I'm going to take my crinkled piece of red hot foil and crinkle it up even more. And then decide that I'm going to crinkle it up even more. And you can kind of see the bits of flakes coming off. So once I'm happy with the crinkle, I'm going to lie that down on my solid hot foil plate by Pinkfresh, and then I will put my cardstock on top, and then I will add my shim, and I will let that sit for a little while. And once that's sat for a little while, I'll add my top piece, my top plate, and then I'll run that through the die press machine, which is my Sizzix Big Shot. And once I've let that sit, I will pick that up with my reverse tweezers, and you can see here I have got some really cool distressed foil. Next up, we have a new to me die, which is a Sizzix Thinlits die, and it's a circle layer set by Jessica Scott. I recently picked this up from the Paper Crafters Workshop. I will leave a link in the description box below to their website where I bought it. This isn't a paid promotion or anything like that. I don't get any kickbacks or anything like that. I just like promoting their store because Sherry is absolutely amazing. I know I say this and I can't say this enough, but I really enjoy shopping there. So I'll cut that off camera there for a second, and I'm going to bring in a little dish here so I can add all the excess circles to. Now, I don't end up using this particular panel, but because this die is new to me and this is my first video with it, I kind of wanted to show you what both of the cutouts look like. Sorry, look out. Anyway, I've already gone ahead and used the panel die that comes in this set and cut out my hot foiled red piece of paper there. So you can see that off to the corner, and these are the parts that I'll cut out. Now this is a 3-piece die, so you can use them all together at once. You could use them separately. You could probably use these for scrapbooking. I mean, scrapbooking and card making are kind of interchangeable, I guess. And here I'm going to cut out the other panel that I'm going to end up using with the second die, and it gives you all of these really cool like circle cutouts that you can use for another project or, whatever your heart desires. I'm going to set those off to the side and save them for something else because you can never get enough circles. So I'll remove the plates here, and you can kind of see the border that you get. Now this got stuck, so I gotta grab my little pokey tool and poke it out of the die, because that's what happens sometimes when you use new dies. So I've cut that out, or popped that out I should say, and I'll give you a looky-loo here in a second what the frame looks like. Now you don't need to use the frame itself, and you could get those circles to cut out like maybe a shaker card or something and leave a bigger border to it, or cut the border down. Yeah, I think you could probably use it for a 5x7, but you kind of get the idea here about layering them together, and I'm not quite sure yet which one I want to use with the red, but I think I end up going with the white. I think that one looks a lot better, and it's a little bit of a bolder statement for this card. So once I'm satisfied with what I'm going to use, I'll just show you here what the other bits look like, and you can layer them up, or you can use them individually. But I think that this card is going to get a lot of life out of it. I can see so many ideas and possibilities with just that alone. It would make really cool for layering, a border and having the focal point in the middle and all sorts of wonderful goodness. Ooh, I'm getting ahead of myself here. It's giving me chills. Just kidding. Anyway, so I've decided here on what I'm going to end up using. I know I keep fussing with this, but it just looks so darn cool. I just like this. It's figuring out what I want to do, because this is your first card with the die, and I want to use it all, and that's the thing, I want to use it all. But again, I end up settling on the white. So I'm going to set all those bits off to the side and save them for another card. And once I'm satisfied with how this is going to look, I'm going to pull out the stitched frame die by Lawn Fawn, and I'm going to use this glitter cardstock that I got from the dollar store. I don't know what the brand name is. It's a dollar store brand name. And I'm going to use my guillotine trimmer and trim it down so I'll be able to run that through the die press, which is my, what do you call it? It's my Sizzix Big Shot. Yeah, sometimes I forget the names of the products that I have that I constantly use. So because I should have run this through my die press twice, it luckily didn't give me a rough edge, and had it given me a rough edge, I probably would have used my mono sander eraser to even it out, but I got lucky here, so I'm just going to take this frame to give you an idea of what I'm going to do with it, and then I'll add some liquid adhesive to the back side of my main panel here. And I probably could have used a little bit of double-sided tape, but I wasn't thinking so, and I figured glue would suffice for this. And once I'm happy with how I've got this lined up, I will set that off to the side and add some double-sided tape to my frame itself. Now, I didn't end up using any liquid adhesive with this. I probably could have, but the frame itself is bigger than my panel, and I didn't want to get excess glue everywhere, and I kind of had to be delicate as to where I was putting my panel because I didn't want it to be off-center kind of thing. So I've just taken this 1/8 of an inch tape, and I thought I'd had the good idea of just kind of folding down the edges like this so I could just peel them off, but the frame had other ideas. You'll see here in a sec. So I get it all lined up, and I think, okay, great, I can just pull that little tab out with my tweezers and I'll be good to go. And then I go ahead and look and see, oh, yeah, I didn't get that quite lined up. So luckily I was able to peel that off and reposition it. And I used the double-sided tape. I could have used the glue, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't have glue everywhere. And I had the 1/8 of an inch tape on the inside of the frame, like the stitch, so that way I was able to adhere it to my panel, because you'll see here in a sec that it is a little bit bigger than my panel itself. So once I'm happy with that, I'll set that off to the side. And I am using the birthday tags, the Celebrate sentiment from the stamp set itself. And I've already gone ahead and cut out a panel that I'm going to adhere to the front of my card. And you can see that I've got the black panel and the glittery panel in frame here that I'll end up layering together. But I've only got one of the little asterisk stamps from the stamp set, so I ended up having to reposition it and stamp it again. So I get this cute little celebrating banner. And once I'm happy with that, I will take everybody and adhere them down. So I'm just trimming off the excess to the white so I could layer it on top of the black. And then I will do the same for the black on the shimmer cardstock, or the glittery cardstock. And I like this glittery cardstock from the dollar store because it's no shed. And, you know, shedding glitter cardstock kind of sucks. But I find that this stuff's actually quite nice. It's a little bit on the thinner side. It's not as thick as some of the glitter cardstock that I've used, but it still relies on 2 passes through the die press to be able to cut properly, especially if you're dealing with like an intricate die. But once I'm happy how all of these are taped and glued down, I'll be able to put those onto my panel. Now, the whole reason for this card was because I have a friend who is celebrating her birthday, and I dare not say how old she is, but this is her 2nd anniversary of celebrating her 20th birthday, if you know what I mean. So Amy, if you're watching, happy birthday, crafty sister. I hope you're having a good day. So with that being said, I'm going to add some more double-sided tape, and I will tape that down to my card base, and my card panel will be complete. But because, again, I have these bumpy areas and it's not all quite level, I'll just add some extra double-sided tape. Now, you could have probably done this with foam tape and had it propped up a little bit and maybe overlapping the frame, but I kind of liked how this looked a lot better, so that's what I get. And hopefully she got this card in time for her birthday, because Canada to US, where I'm at, usually takes about 2 weeks. Depending on where you're at in the States, sometimes it takes 3 to 4 weeks. It all depends on how much coffee our letter carriers have had that day. So, off camera, I've already gone ahead and used the bunting banner and the happy birthday and the little cupcake from the birthday tag stamp set and stamped that off camera. And now I'm taking my my Sakura Jelly Roll pens and I'm just coloring them in. Now, the only problem with these pens is that they don't have any actual names on them, so I couldn't tell you the names of the pens other than they're blue and they're red. And they're the Stardust translucent ones, so all you get is the glitter. And I think it's kind of funny that I'm sending this to the United States and I'm using the red, white, and blue. So it's a little patriotic, I guess, using the colors. Canada's colors are just red and white, but the Americans get the extra blue, so I thought, oh, I didn't think, but hindsight, I think it's kind of funny. So she gets a red, white, and blue inside. But that cupcake is just so cute with the stamp for the candle is separate, so I thought that was a nice added feature to add to the birthday cake, or the birthday, happy birthday on the inside. You know what I mean. So once I'm done coloring all that, you'll get an idea of what it looks like on the inside. And then I'll need to put the panel on the outside. So I've got some double-sided tape again here, because that stuff is key to card making for me. And I will pull off the release tape so that way I could adhere it to the front. And because this is gel pen and sometimes it stays wet a little bit longer, I'm going to take a paper towel and just kind of go over it just to make sure that I don't have any excess coming off, because I didn't want any excess on the other side of the card. So I'll add a little bit of glue to my panel over top of the double-sided tape, so that way I have a good, nice adhesion, and I'll stand that up, line everybody up, and then I'll mash it down. So once I'm happy with that, we will add in some gemstones. Now, I got these gemstones from Michaels. I think they're a Recollection brand. I'm not 100% sure. I found the box in the sticker aisle, and I think when I bought it, it was probably like $11, and I probably had a 30% off coupon, and I probably thought it was a good idea to buy them, and I've had them for probably 2 years now. I don't know, they're pretty handy to have. They've got the glue on the back sides of them, which is nice, and I don't have to glue them down myself. I just take them off and plop them on. And there you have it. There is my finished happy birthday card for my crafty friend, Amy. So if you've enjoyed today's content, or found it helpful, please give this video a like. I also welcome you to subscribe, as I post weekly. Here's another video I think you might enjoy. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.